We are here on Real Estate in the Lowcountry, and our friend Benji Gecy from Beaufort Lending is back. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you, Betsy. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. So as always, we're going to start with a little bit of a check-in on the rates.
Well, everybody wants to know what the rates are doing, so try to change it around a little bit. I've got the rate chart published here on the Freddie Mac. We did a 10-year rate chart this week, and as you can see from the 10-year rate chart, as you can see over the last 10 years, rates have not penetrated that 5.0 benchmark until the Fed started artificially raising rates in 2022. So as we've been talking about, I think rates are going to start coming down. Rates are right around 6.3, 6.5%, and we think that rates are going to start coming back towards that 5.0 benchmark, which is where I think the market is balanced and they want to have rates. So got some bad news last week with listings, to where listings are down 40% from a year ago.
Interesting.
And the driving factor of that are these elevated rates. So not only are the lower rates important for buyers, it's also becoming really important for sellers right now, because sellers who are 3.5% or below on their mortgage, they're not moving to go to a 6.5% rate. So as the rates come down, I think our inventory levels will go up and those sellers will start listing more properties and helping us out with the inventory levels. So let's see what happens with that. I do think rates are coming down a little bit. We should start seeing that trend go a little lower here towards the end of the year.
Well, the Fed did say last week, after they raised us again, they did say that that was it for the year.
We think that's the last one for them, and that's another criteria of why I think rates are going to go lower there. That language of ending it, I think rates are going to slowly start coming down towards the end of the year. 2024, we should have some better rates in 2024 as well.
Good. Well, we'll keep our eyes on that, as always we do. So let's talk a little bit about, we're moving into spring and summer. Actually, we're really headlong into summer.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. And so that brings a lot of visitors to the island, obviously, and the area, Bluffton, Beaufort, all over the Lowcountry. And so what would you tell people who are coming here and they say, oh gosh, you know, I might want to move here, this is fantastic, or I might want to invest in a property for short-term rental use?
Well, as we know, I mean, everyone who owns an investment property here in coastal South Carolina, even Hilton Head, very busy right now. Lots of visitors, like you said, coming. A lot of those visitors are going to inquire, and they're going to think about and dream about their own investment property. So lots of programs available right now, and the old programs of employment, credit, things like that, of qualifying for investment properties. There are new programs available, DSCR, investor cash flow, Condo-Hotel financing, those are all available. And really all those are looking for your credit scores and does the property cash flow or not. So we are going to order an appraisal on the rental analysis to make sure that that rent exceeds the mortgage payment. So if you have good credit and that property does cash flow, you can buy really unlimited property. So looking for a minimum of 680 credit score. You do have to have a primary residence, but no employment needed on those programs. So buying an investment property is a little easier than it has been in the past there. And the Condotel financing has been a difficult property to finance with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. DSCR, investor cash flow, those programs are pretty easy to do right now. So give us a call on your next investment property.
Yeah, well, so speaking of investment properties, you mentioned a couple things, which is the credit score and the proof of the rent. What are some things, if you are going to be applying for a mortgage, whether it's for an investment property or a personal, what are some do's and don'ts? Because, you know, there's a lot of loopholes. You could fall into some traps or, you know, make it look better. How do you do that?
Well, there's a lot of ways that you could go wrong with a mortgage, but the don'ts, number one, don't change jobs. You know, don't become self-employed, and try not to move money around or make any large deposits there. That'll help you there. And then the do's are, you want to get pre-qualified right away. You want to pull your credit bureau. When I say pull your credit bureau, you want to do a soft pull. Don't do a hard pull. If your lender can't do a soft pull, you need to find a lender that can. And then number three, the most important one is shop your rate. We always talk about that. Call your local lender, call a credit union, and then shop your rate with a mortgage broker like Beaufort Lending. We'd like for you to shop it with Beaufort Lending, but that's going to save you thousands of dollars, not only on the rate, but the closing cost as well. So that's my best advice, is just shopping the rate. And if you do that and you save money, you apply with Beaufort Lending, we're going to make that transaction easier, cheaper, faster, and it will be hassle-free.
Yeah. And so let's just real quickly go back to the soft pull versus hard pull in case somebody doesn't know what that means. A soft pull means it is not really going to show up on your credit report, so it's not going to ding you for trying.
Yeah, the soft pull is a true soft pull. It does not show up as a hard inquiry, but we still get all the data that we need in order to underwrite your file or make a decision with pre-qualification. So that's a good tip there.
Yeah, and so of course, since it is your tip, you are one of those lenders that can do a soft pull.
Exactly, and it's very cheap. It's only about $15 to do a soft pull.
Okay, well, Benji, it's always good to see you. If you're ready to shop your rate, head to Beaufort Lending because he is the guy that you need to talk to. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks again. Great rate report.